That's what makes it.
How much you charge for that? Well, they send you the sneakers and I charge them $400. I stay busy with everything.
So we got to work together to make it great. So I got to listen. It is go time. I hope it's go time for you. Membership or something for you to get in there?
Yeah, you have to.
And come on in the room, come on in the room. Y'all, I forgot to take this off of here. So let me put on a video real quick so I can take this off of here and I will, I'll be right back.
They really feel me, I ain't keeping in touch. When they down low, hating, don't be peeping it much.
That's why I'm on the low when I'm getting this dough. Just like Uncle Luke when they peeping the show.
Even the roads in concrete be forced to grow. That ground you be under if you forced to low.
Yeah, 4, 5, 6 be slick just like CeeLo. Chest so big to grind like Rambo.
First blood spill, tension is built. Every sentence, every bar, every mention is killed.
Okay, caught the body, sipping on Bacardi. You lying in your rhymes, I'm lying like Ed Hardy.
Bugatti skirt, 0 to 60. If I stop to think or blink, you might miss me.
Mach 10 to win, smile just grin. Blessing my mess, somehow I still sin. Crooks off the book, you shook like vibrators. You driving a ride, we hot like radiators.
Yeah. Tailgaters, kill haters, snipe shit. Dutch clear, nothing left but night shit.
Gang shots, 5 hits, real quick. Change up the ski mask and outfit.
Night dog, we lit, Edison. Sip the yak while Joker smoke the medicine.
That's why they call me the high joke. You like the match without no smoke.
Mike Jordan, game 6, I won't choke. They complain about shit, but won't vote.
This the realest shit that I wrote. You cats not hard, you soft like egg yolk, Paul.
Cause, give me a round of applause. Don't come around here unless you come with bars.
Welcome, everybody. It is Friday. I'm very, very happy that it is Friday. For one, I get to listen to some really great music on this show. It is a part of the show, so I'm very happy about that. And at the same time, tomorrow is Saturday, and I am going to rest tomorrow, everybody. I'm going to rest. I don't know about you all, but this has been one of those weeks. You know, one of them weeks where you like, ooh, when you sit back and have you a glass of wine or whatever it is that you use to relax and you just sit back and watch your favorite show. Yeah, I cannot wait to do that tonight, y'all. And I hope one of your favorite shows is the Vet Green Show because we be rocking over here, y'all. We really do. So tonight we have John Jigg coming to have a conversation with us. I've been listening to so much of his music. His discography is crazy, everybody. I cannot wait to talk to him about what's been going on with him, his move, because he's a New Yorker. He's from Long Island, I believe. We'll talk more about that when he gets on. made the move to Atlanta. And we're going to talk about what that looks like for him, because I know a lot of you artists out there are wondering, should I make the move? Should I make the move? Because you may be in a place where you aren't getting a lot of traction. You may be in a place where that may be the move you need to make just to be able to network with people. That may be the move you need to make. So we're going to have him on, but it is Valentine's Day, everybody. So I do want to, play a little bit of love music for those lovers out there, everybody, because it is Valentine's Day. So let's get into a little bit of Terrence Love, Everyday Valentines.
Tonight you're all mine. Yeah. Can't never think of you at night when I'm asleep, girl. All day I pray for you, cause you're my favorite treat. You're my everyday Valentine. And tonight you're all mine. Yeah. Custom made two-piece suit, diamonds as my jewels. Chairs love fitted, all gifts for you. Cause my baby keep it looking like a meal. And girl, I make you feel like you're a star for real. So I send a text message, what I wanna do. If you say yes, then girl, I'll be coming through. No, I need a love to come and swim in your loving, girl, that's for real. I think I'm going crazy. Can't never think of you at night when I'm asleep, girl. All day I pay for you, cause you're my favorite treat. You're my everyday Valentine. And tonight you're all mine. Yeah. Can I kiss you from your head all the way to your feet, girl? Anything you want I do, cause girl you look so sweet. My everyday Valentine. Tonight you're all mine. Yeah. I seen the sun, I seen the moon, I seen the stars above. Looking into your eyes, my kissing on your thigh. Love how you call my name when I reach that special spot. Oh yes, we're about to start making love over here, love over there, love in the kitchen, love in the chair. Times girl is gonna be a bone. Cause once I get inside, girl, I'm gonna try. Can't never think of you at night when I'm asleep, girl. All day I think for you, cause you're my favorite treat. You're my everyday Valentine. And tonight you're all mine. Yeah. Can I kiss you from your head all the way down to your feet, girl? Anything you want I do, cause girl, you look so sweet. My everyday Valentine. Tonight you're all mine. Yeah. Talk to you. Tonight you're all mine. Yeah. Can't never think of you at night when I'm asleep, girl. All day I pay for you, cause you're my favorite treat. You're my everyday Valentine. And tonight you're all mine. Yeah. Can I kiss you from your head all the way down to your feet, girl? Anything you want I do, cause girl, you look so sweet. My everyday Valentine. And tonight you're all mine. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. I had to take my granddaughter. Y'all. Anywho, welcome back. That was Terrence Love, Everyday Valentine. That She has to come in here now. You had to make an appearance. Okay. She said, "It's Friday, Grammy. What are you doing?" That was Everyday Valentine. Like I had said, like I was saying, tonight we are going to have John Jigg on, and I've been listening to his discography. Let me put this on Do Not Disturb, and I want to play one of the songs that he released, just to give you all an idea of what it is that I have really been loving since I've been listening to the music. This is one of his newer songs that he put out. And we're probably going to play it again, but the name of this song is Teflonious Monk, and that is the name of the album as well. So just take a listen, everybody.
Yeah. Teflonious Monk, I go to lunch. Teflonious Monk, I go to lunch. Yeah. Teflonious. The man on the walk on water, tap dance borders, understand the aura, Nicky Santora. I need it all, not a band shorter. They don't wanna see me whipping out the cannon on camcorder. Don't be a target, you can't afford it. I come from where niggas fight over turf like it's a land shortage. Can't call it cause
does that flow not give you that 90s, that late 80s sound that we got? It puts me in the mind of listening to MTV Raps and Biz Markie and those guys. That's the sound that I'm hearing when I'm listening to the Teflon Don himself here. This music is, man. I see you down there.
I might spoil it. I spent days and nights on it. Now the crib got the gold forces. Anytime you see me around, I'm never lacking. No matter where you put me on earth, I make it happen. Lap dance, bada bing, I got it cracking. Bada bing, me the number up on the napkin. Stay up in the field, I'm a real player. Said he climbing to the top, and I will stay up. New car, new crib, and I'm still paid up. It's on the floor, give a fuck how you.
All right, that was just a little taste. Listen, go ahead and introduce yourself. We are going to get right into it because this music on, where have you been? That's what I want to know. Where have you been? Because listen, the women have been killing it in the rap scene. They have, because a lot of the sounds that we hear coming from the men is not this sound that I'm hearing coming from you. And it's like all of your albums is just, man. So go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody. Let everybody know who you are, where you come from, and let's get into this conversation.
Okay, I go by the name of John Jigg, hip hop artist, man. I've been doing my thing for a long time, representing Long Island, New York, currently in Atlanta though, you know what I'm saying? Just lyrical, super lyrical. The type of hip hop I do is, I guess definitely would be considered like underground hip hop or whatever, you know what I mean? But I take pride in that, you know what I mean? Not following trends and things like that. Just like I'm a hustler. I just go get it, man, and been able to sustain a really good career, over the past few years, man, doing this hip hop thing. And I just work hard, and I'm thankful for every opportunity I get.
What made you pick up the mic? Because you, in one of the interviews that I was watching, you had said that you feel like the easy stuff be the best stuff, and I feel that it's easy for you because it's coming from a place of the experiences that you've gone through. Just listening to your music and just hearing you speak right now. So, what made you pick up the mic?
Well, I'll say initially, just being around the music. My mother was heavy into music like R&B and jazz and stuff like that. So growing up, she used to collect a lot of music. These are the days when vinyl and cassette tapes and stuff like that. But she was always listening to whatever was new. So that was probably the earliest thing. And then my mother also sung too. She has a beautiful voice. So that brought me into it initially, just rocking with music, period. But then my older brother, he was a DJ. And he used to, my older brother, he's from the Bronx or whatever. And he was a DJ, and he was just like really fully entrenched in hip hop culture at the time. We're talking about like late 80s, early 90s, all through the 90s and everything. And I spent a lot of time with my brother. He was actually kind of more like a father figure, you know what I'm saying? Because he was so much older than me. When I was
Mm-hmm.
born, my brother was already a grown man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So he kind of just he used to just keep me with him. You know what I'm saying? Everything that he was doing,
I can
and
hear the I can hear the influence, John. That's what's boggling me because it's like, man, I know you aren't really like you aren't old enough, it seems to me,
yeah,
to have this type of comprehension for the sound. And it's good that you didn't go with the trends because you're sticking with the sound that I hear a lot of people saying that we want back. So being with your older brother, what did that look like for you as far as the music? Who were you listening to?
he um he was like a big fan of like Public Enemy, uh, LL, Cool G Rap, Big
Mhm.
Daddy Kane, EPMD, um, Gangstar. He used to, you know what I mean? But he would, he would just my brother was like ill with it. Like he would, his mother, my stepmother, she was like a blessing because she would just let him rock out. She wouldn't complain about the music or nothing. He would just be in his room and he would just be spinning. And I was like, what he did for fun. You know what I'm saying? So like me seeing him doing that and in his leisure and being like and seeing how happy that made him to do that, it kind of just taught me like how you could like fall in love with something that's like not necessarily associated with money or like adulthood, you know what I'm saying? It's just something you love to do, so when he would get off of
Mhm.
work, that'd be the first thing he would do, would just run to the turntables and start spinning. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So me, I guess as a youngster, I didn't realize it then, but just making that connection, like, you gotta obviously you got stuff that you have to do every day, but you gotta make time for the stuff that you love too. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I mean with that, and then once he saw that how interested I was in the music, he kind of just like he pushed me to like, to just try to find my place in it. His thing was DJing and tagging and roller skating and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And my thing was rhyming. So um he used to, he really put that in me. And then once I got a little bit older, I say about 12 years old, something like that, and I turned on the TV and I saw Crisscross,
Mhm.
right? So these were
Mhm.
kids, for people that don't remember, but these were kids that were like, they were super popular and they were really good at rapping. You know what I'm saying? And they had really good music, especially for the audience. You know what I'm saying? There was no other kids that were rapping that well and making this
Not it.
that seasoned. You know what I'm saying? Now
Mhm.
we know that was Jermaine Dupri that was grooming them for that and writing their rhymes and stuff like that. But at the time, we didn't know that. So we're just looking. I'm like, yo, if these kids could do it, I could do it. So I just started like penning rhymes, like writing rhymes, and just going on the bus and just in the morning and rapping them. And once I saw that people like actually they like what I was doing, I was like, you know what I'm saying, I was kind of hooked in. So I just kept writing my rhymes and things like that. And I by the time I became a teenager, I had become known for rhyming, you know what I'm saying? And I probably first time I ever went in the studio, I was probably like 16 or 17, something like that. And we threw our little money together and we got in the studio, we made a couple songs or whatever. And we started a group called the 495 Boys. And I was doing that for a long time. And I had actually become like locally famous. I don't know how many people are familiar with Long Island, but first of all, Long Island is a big place. And then where I'm from, the East End of Long Island is like way far. I'm sure if people from upstate could kind of understand that concept because you're in New York, but you're so far from New York City that it's like it's
Mhm.
almost
Mhm.
a different world. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And me being pop. Now I wasn't as far as people upstate New York because Long Island's only like 2 hours from or hour and a half from New York City, but still like it felt like a different world. So I have been popular all through my teenage years, my early 20s and things like that in Eastern Long Island. And once my son was born, by the time I turned like 25, my oldest son was born. I started to like really like want to take it more serious and like turn it into a business. You know what I'm saying? So I started kind of going out to New York City, doing the open mics and doing the showcases and doing all that stuff just to try kind of make a name for myself. You know, because if you're in New York, if you're in Long Island, you have to go to New York City to really make a name for yourself, especially at that time. It was like a rite of passage. Like you had to get that stamp of approval before you could go out into the rest of the world and you know what I'm saying, and do your thing. So
Do you feel
I just
do you
started
feel
there.
that do you feel that New York still has that staple that you can get a rite of passage from New York?
Well, it depends on what you're going after. I would say that if you're going after mainstream success, then probably so. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But I feel like I feel like the underground is wide open. So if you're the type of artist that's like you're pushing to be on the radio and you're pushing to be like a platinum artist and you want to be like the top billing artist and you're making that kind of music, then yeah, you still need New York. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like in the underground, it's like, you know what I mean? Like if
I
you
like
could
the
just look at,
underground better.
yeah,
It,
no, the
it's
underground. I mean, I love the underground. I mean, the thing about it is like I just my thing is I feel like a lot of artists. I've been a fan because I'm also a big fan of hip hop. So I've seen artists come from the underground and be like super dope, and then they get signed to a major label, and it's just not the same. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? So, and I
hmm
always been careful of that. Like I followed some of the biggest rappers that are big now. I followed them when they were just mixed, when they were just dropping mixtapes, and they were just trying to come up. And that music is way better than what they're making now. You
Yeah,
understand what I'm saying? So it's
yeah.
like, so I just always like if I could be in the mainstream and still do what I'm doing now, I would do it. But it's almost impossible because that's not what they're looking to show, what they're looking to give a platform to at this point. You know?
There's an
Yeah.
artist by way of Chicago. I believe her name is No Name. I think that's her
Hmm.
name. Do you follow?
No
I think
name, no name. I don't think I ever heard of no name before.
I think that's her. I may have the name wrong, but she's pretty well known underground. And
Uh huh.
one of the reasons that she is that she doesn't really want to go mainstream. Like she will shut it down
Yeah.
because of that. It takes away the creative process, I guess, because they
Yeah.
want to hear
Yeah.
a particular type of sound.
Yeah. No, and it's unfortunate because I think that there's a lot of dope underground artists that really have something to say and have some things that could change, have some qualities about them that could probably change the world, but they just it's like this
Hmm.
their bottom line is just the numbers. That's all they care about. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I mean, I'm happy to see, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy to see some of the artists that have had some glimmers of the mainstream success. Like, when you talk about Griselda, like they're pretty much at this point not mainstream, but they, they're in those circles, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
They definitely
Hmm.
have gotten, and I admire the fact that they've been able to do it without really changing their sound much. They've been able to kind of stick to what they do. You know what I'm saying? I think that's dope that
Hmm.
they've been able to be successful. But there's a million other artists. There's a million other artists who could probably do the same thing if given the opportunity. You know?
How was that for you with Benny? I know you guys have a collab or something. You guys did something together.
Yeah, yeah. Yo, Benny has always been like just super cool, super humble, man. He always been super respectful, man. I can't lie. Like when I saw that he was finally starting to get some like real recognition and like he signed a major deal. But even before that, when he started to really get on certain people's radar, you know what I'm saying? And he getting co-signed by this one. I felt like I made it because me and him were on those same shows. Me and him were on those same DJ lists every week. We were on, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, like
Hmm.
yo, this nigga, and we about the same age. So it's like, so it not only that, but then I actually met him and got a chance to open up for him a couple times, and you know what I'm saying, we actually got a chance to chill and kick it. He met my son, my oldest son that I was just he met him before, like, you know what I'm saying. So I felt like we, you know what I'm saying, like we had a good connection and we did a record that is still to this day one of my most popular records. You know what I'm saying, and You know what I mean? Like I said, he just like I like the fact that he just he stayed him. You know what I'm saying? Like I think
Hmm.
he deserves all the success. Like I think he, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't make him like that no more. Like, oh, if you look at all the people that he's helping, all the people that he's trying to help, you know what I'm saying? He's not even all the way there yet, but he's still trying to. You know what I'm saying? I admire that, and I do the same thing. You understand what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Giving people
Hmm.
platform, giving people opportunities. I think it's important.
Yeah, I follow them on social media, and you can tell. Like a lot of people think, once you get to the top, that it gets easier. It doesn't. You got a lot of work
Nah.
that you have to do. They're constantly
Yeah, nah, it's
touring.
even
Like
more.
now, you're going to
Yeah.
be touring.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's a people look at it and they just see like the fun part, man. But it's a lot, man. Like, you know what I mean? But the thing about it is if you're gonna be in this game, you have to like you gotta love it. You gotta really have love for it. Like you can't just be in it for certain things. Like you gotta care because there's gonna be times when you don't get paid, and there's gonna be times when you have to do it for the love. And you know what I'm saying? That's
Hmm.
just that's kind of like the nature of any business. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Hmm.
you got to have a certain level of love for it past just whatever it can do for you.
That passion. I heard Busta Rhymes say you got to kind
Yeah,
of be maniacal about it. You really do.
yeah,
When you feel
absolutely.
that it's a dream of yours and it's a passion, you have to, because everybody's not going to understand. I'm sure you've encountered instances where it's like you are working, you're going to New York from Long Island, and I know that couldn't have been that easy. Now
No,
you're making the move down to Georgia. What made you decide from, because a lot of people would venture to New York, but you ventured down south. Is it because Atlanta is really buzzing right now? It's funny because I'm even looking at Atlanta. I'm looking at Georgia because it's really, if you are in the entertainment business, you want to be in those scenes. You want to be able to network with those people and rub elbows with those people. Is that one of the reasons why
yeah.
you decided Georgia?
Well, I would say that that's one of the reasons, but I would say the main reason is just like, it was just time for me to have a change.
Oh, we
And
froze
I
up
live in
there.
Long Island since I was 3 years old. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? So it was just time for a change. And then I got kids. My kids are getting older. Being here. I mean, I'm not really in Atlanta. I'm in like the outskirts of Atlanta, suburban Atlanta, and it really is like a much better place to raise children and what I'm saying, grow your family and things like that. So that was one of my main reasons too, is just wanting more out of life. You know what I'm saying? New York is different, man. You know what I'm saying? And I love it. I'm
it's
always gonna
fast.
love it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I go back and visit quite often. But I just it was just time for me to have a change and I can, I can really as far as the music and everything there's tons of networking, tons of things that I could do, you know what I'm saying? As far as just spreading my name out there and things like that. And just make those right connections, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times in
Hmm.
New York, man, it's just a little like I feel like that might be New York's major issue is that we don't network enough in New York City. You know what I'm saying?
New
It's just
York general.
it's just not a friend. It's not always a friendly place. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like it's just you have to. It's just I don't know. It's just different. You know what I mean? New York is like unforgiving. You know what I'm saying? It's like you either in or you out. You know
Do
what I'm
you think
saying?
it's because we're so hardened by the struggle? I feel like we are just so hardened, and then depending on where you live, you're hardened by the cold too. So we
Yeah,
we
that
re-
too.
we really, I don't depend if you're at the top or the bottom of New York, we move different. I
Yeah.
noticed that than other cities
Hmm.
and states. We move different,
Way different.
and
When I
we
go
are
to
a
other
little
places,
hard.
I know that when I go to other places, I notice the difference immediately. You know what I'm saying? But then there's
Hmm.
certain things about New York that I love that you can only get in New York. You know what I'm saying?
The
So it's
food,
like, you know,
the food,
yeah,
the
the
food, the
food and
music,
just
the
just the
culture.
city, just the city, the culture, everything about it is dope. You know what I'm saying? But like to me, I just feel like as you get older, it's not so much. That's not really the best thing for you. Not for me anyway.
Hmm. Let's talk about some of these albums. So you have what, 11, 12? What is Teflonious Monk? What number is this
Oh
for you?
man, I think it might be like I think it's like number 12 or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's what I'm like,
I
because
stopped counting.
Man, you are. So I know a lot of artists who sit with their music. And I say, you know, I know artists who have so much music in the vault. You released a lot of music. So my next question is, do you have a lot more music in the vault? And is this just like pouring out of you, these verses?
Yeah, no, I definitely got a lot of music in the vault. The thing is, but the thing about me is I'm always working on like 2 or 3 albums at the same time. So I'll record something and I'll say, okay, this is supposed to go here and that's supposed to go there. You know what I'm saying? And then once I finish putting those pieces together, then I'll put it out. So you might get an album that might have a song that's 2 or 3 years old on it. You know what I'm saying? But it only fit with this group of songs. You understand what I'm saying? So so that's the whole thing. Like, but I definitely have a lot of music in the vault. And I just, like I said, I'm not a singles driven type of artist. So I'm always going to give you like a complete project. I've done the single thing a couple times or whatever, and it's cool, but I really like I always want to give you a glimpse of where I am at the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to, I want to come with a full body of work. You can see what I've been doing for the past 12 months or the past whatever. You know what I'm saying? Give you something new, some new ideas, or maybe something I learned over that time. I think the best way to create is experience. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, to be honest with you, traveling and the touring and stuff, it just helps because it just gives me more inspiration, seeing different places and running into different types of people and things like that.
I want to talk to you more about the touring, just because I know that there's going to be artists that are probably watching this that may have questions about that. But I want to get into one of the songs that I really like on the new album, which is Vladimir featuring Tone Spliff. Talk to me about this album, the name, about this particular record, Vladimir. Where'd you come up with that?
Well, I just when I heard the beat, I just, it definitely reminded me of just like that classic boom bap, you know what I'm saying? The bass line is crazy on it. And it just kind of made me, like I said, the songs write themselves. So and there was a line on the song where I was like, yo, I used to have pockets like Rabbit is, now the money Russian like Vladimir. So it's like a play on words, like Russian, you know what I'm saying? So then I was like, yo, I thought about it. After I did the 2 verses, I thought about it and I was like, okay, so maybe what I need to do is I'm gonna holler at Tone Spliff, who's like one of the best turntablists out there right now. You know what I'm saying? I reached out to Tone Spliff, and he did the cuts for me, and it came out perfect, man. And you know what I mean? I actually got a video that I'm gonna put out probably in the next couple of weeks for that song too.
Well, we're gonna go into it. So go ahead and introduce this song.
Yeah. So everybody tap in, man. This is John Jigg's Butter Night Haircuts. The song is called Vladimir, featuring cuts from the legendary Tone Spliff. You know what I'm saying? Tune in, check it out.
Yeah. D.R.U.G. Teflon. Butter knife, what's good? Yo. Vladimir. All 4 seasons, I push it to the max. That paper come in instant, it's looking like a fax. I spit cocaine, put it on the track. Been a legend ever since I was pushing in the act. Teflon John, annihilating the song. Hip-hop's King Kong, set fire to your lawn. And the product is more fire than before. As soon as the fiends try it, they buy it until it's gone. I'm putting on every city I visit. Leave it all on the stage cause I'm in it to win it. Trust me, they don't wanna go lyric for lyric, cause I'm a motherfucking giant and you niggas is midgets. Dig it? I used to have pockets like Rabbit is. Now the money rushing like Vladimir. They see me on top right where I belong, but motherfuckers acting like you mad I'm here, I'm gone. Teflon chillin', I'm reaching for the ceiling. Matter of fact, fast, I'm trying to get me some cash. Dope boy, keep that bread up in the stash. Keeping the streets fed, then it spread like a rash. They want my spot, but ain't put half the work in. See, all the hype is gas, but looking past the curtain. Hurting their hearts to see how I'm emerging. Dollars is making sense, indeed the math is working. Standing on business, hands down the illest. Got a hot 16, the man down, you niggas. Never fit the crown, trying to sound like the illest. Was raised in the jungle, I hung around with gorillas. I used to have pockets like rabbit ears. Now the money rushing like Vladimir. They see him on top, right where I belong. But motherfuckers acting like they mad I'm here, I'm gone.
Man, you got me feeling like I'm in the 80s dancing at New Skateland in Buffalo. Man, what? Word. Oh my goodness. I am loving the sound. Like I have been listening to your music all day long. I had already went down the rabbit hole of your music when I had when you were coming to Villa Maria College. I did not realize how large, how extensive your bodies of work really are and how talented you are. When you got on that stage, I was really floored because I was like, dang, he's so New York, not realizing that's where you are. But I feel like the sound that you have is what so many people are saying, man, you know, hip hop is gone in New York. And you aren't even in New York, but I guarantee you they're going to claim you.
Yeah.
So what is one of your favorite tracks off this new album? Talk to us about this new album. How did it come about? The Teflonious Monk. How did that come about?
Teflonious Monk. All right, so me and Butter Knife, he's the producer. He's actually from Long Island too, from the same area I'm from. We have been working together back and forth for a few years now, doing singles and stuff like that. Never like nothing full length. So when the opportunity came for us to do a full length project, I went to New York for like 3 days, and we just locked in and worked. I didn't do nothing but record for those 3 days, but while we were there, we was looking up some stuff on Thelonious Monk, and we started to like a lot. I was familiar with his. Obviously, I was familiar with his name, and I was familiar with some of his music or whatever. But when I really started to do like a deep dive into like who he was as a person and like how like unorthodox he was when he came into the game, like as a jazz pianist, there wasn't really anybody that was doing anything like him. In the melodies and the rhythms that he was hearing in his head, nobody was doing that at that time. It was cutting edge, and people literally thought that he was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it took a while for it to catch on too. Like it took a while for people to really understand his genius or whatever. So I related to that, and then I related to like the fact that once he became popular, he was unwilling to change his sound. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was very admirable because most people would jump out of the window for the money. You know what I'm saying? And I just thought that was really cool. And then I started to see more things about his personal life, like how he struggled with mental issues and paranoia and depression and things like that. I started to see those things, and I me and both Butter Knife, we identify with that as far as just having these mental issues. And then like the thing about it is, like, if you really think about it, most geniuses, they're eccentric, they are a little crazy. Like if you think about all the great musical geniuses, they all had some type of mental issue going on, but that's actually what makes them great. You know what I'm saying? So and I just thought that was just like a really cool concept. You know what I'm saying? And they called me Teflon John anyway. You know what I'm saying? That's been since the beginning of my career, just like as another nickname or whatever. So we just kind of put it together, you know what I'm saying? And we said, okay, we're going to form a group of Teflonious Monk. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much where it came from. And like I said, it was a quick process. Like I said, in about 2 days we were already done with the project, and then the third day we were just kind of going back and like touching stuff up and fixing things here and there, whatever. But it was pretty much done already. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? After that, I came back and went back to my normal life. You know what I mean? And then we started working on features and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? And getting the videos done and the packaging and everything. And, I'm just happy with the reception that it's getting because, I definitely, what you're getting there is, it's the true essence of John Jiggs. And I like when I can create and have the freedom to create, and I'm not looking at the clock for the studio, or I'm not worried about what time I got to leave or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? I could just be free and create. I think that's the best element you could be in,
Not worried about anything. I want to get into another song. Talk to me about Demons featuring Desert Eagle.
Yeah. Shout out to my bro Desert Eagle, man, from the UK. So that song was just, really a lot of times, just like this song, just like a lot of songs, it's like when that beat comes on, first of all, I'm very picky when it comes to production. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna like, it's all about how it makes me feel within the first 10, 15 seconds of the track. Usually those songs that you hear, they write themselves, and it's about what the beat makes me feel when I hear it. You know what I'm saying? So that particular beat, the sound was just so dark, and like, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to tap into those spirits, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just the dark side of, you know what I'm saying, of street life, not just street life, but just life in general, you know what I'm saying? And I think we were, and then I tapped in with my bro Desert Eagle. I'm doing a lot of traveling overseas. I have become familiar with Desert Eagle. He's one of the top MCs in London, or from London, you know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to, reach out and get his you know what I'm saying, definitely get his blessing on this record, man. And I definitely, he definitely represented on that joint, man. I was very happy when I got that back. He did his thing.
Go ahead and introduce this song to the listeners so we can, and everybody that's over there on TikTok. We have John Jiggs in the house tonight. I was so excited to have you on because I'm going to be listening to your music until I'm done listening to everything, and going to have you back on here.
Definitely, I appreciate it. Yeah, that's so the next song is called Demons, you know what I'm saying, featuring my bro Desert Eagle, you know what I'm saying. I hope you enjoy it, man. Get ready.
Yeah, they coming, yeah. Demons, Teflon, look, I said a prayer last night, I hope they heard me. Sometimes I can't sleep at night, it's because I'm worried. I need a miracle right now in a hurry. The shit I'm about to say, it'll get me locked up or buried. This ain't for the faint of heart. I master playing my part, cause it ain't about the canvas, it's how you painting your art. John Jigg forever staying in sharp. I'm used to them cold trenches, I know my way in the dark. Look, I seen a death or two, some shit I wish I never knew. So welcome to America, I'm praying for the best for you. I know niggas who shoot the reverend for some revenue. Take away your breath or maybe leave you like a vegetable. Dreams is haunted, they could take your life if you want it. Them clouds start forming, you won't make it till the morning. Just what the doctor has ordered, that's how we on it. Call them dilly departed, your physical is aborted, it's the demons.
We've been waiting for you. I can sense your fear.
I keep on asking God to save me from the clutches of the demons that I'm walking with, talking with, to well cut the beef and stick a fork in it. Niggas running them out, they really need to put a cork in it. They move like CNN, get into war, then they reporting it. My mob roll deep and don't sleep, cause this is hell on earth. If my knife is squeezed, then that bullet out the shell will burst. Rebels without a pause, in public shooting at enemies. Some little hitters caught more bodies than Vito Genovese. The burner stays on them like a cross stays on a crucifier. Hammer clutching shuffling, double dutching with Lucifer. Don't be yakking the fool in your jewels, cause they rub things on things. Have you dodging ghouls, ghosts and goblins? A man are comfy with them dark nights, born into the darkness like Bane jigs, and show you how a shark bites. Long Island through Newark to Accra to London, we be chilling where them demons dwell up in the dungeon, nigga.
Will be mine. The king in black is awake. I will kill your world. Everyone will burn you.
So I want to talk to you about some of these successes that you had. Make sure you guys are streaming the music. Let them know where they can stream your music. And then I want to talk to you about some, because you were number 2 on the college charts. You also have been nominated for some awards this year. So you're sitting up here humble and you have all these great things that have been going on. So I want to pull it out of you. So talk to us about what that looked like for you, the success of Every Day. Cool like that, peaking at number 2 on the college charts.
Yeah, so I mean, Every Day is that's probably my biggest record, probably opened the most doors for me. I had gotten a chance to work with multi-platinum producer Street Runner. He's worked with everybody from Eminem to Meek Mill to Lil Wayne to, I mean, everybody. He's got some of the biggest records that you ever heard. I got a chance to work with him, and we put together this song called Every Day. I was always a big fan of that Diggable Planets record. I'm cool like that. I always loved that record. So, and I had this idea where I'm like, okay, what I saw it in the hip hop game, because I'm a fan, I study the game. What I saw in the hip hop game was at the time, it was a lot of the older generation versus the new. The older talking down on the youth and the youth talking down on the old heads. So I started to think and said, how can I bring these two together? And I'm like, okay, maybe if I take an old school melody that all the old heads are familiar with, that they're gonna not even just, I don't even want to say old heads, I just want to say like the hip hop heads, the traditional boom bap hip hop heads. They all know this record by Diggable Planets. But let's give it some updated drums that the youngsters can rock with too. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, so we take those two worlds and we put them together. What do we get? So I was able to lock in with Street Runner, and I brought him the sample, and he loved the idea, and we flipped it. And again, that's one of those records that wrote itself. Like I literally wrote those rhymes on my way driving to the studio in the car. Like I was literally just going through it in my head, and I was like, this is, you know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of times you don't need to overthink stuff. You know what I mean? And once I put the record out, it went crazy. Like I think on my YouTube, that video has like probably about 200,000 views, which is a lot more than
I want to play a little bit. Yeah. Just to give everyone an idea of how wide of range your catalog is, and also to have them go stream it.
Yeah, even besides that, like World Star, we put it on World Star. It had like 1.5 million views on World Star. I got a lot of tours, a lot of shows, a lot of big shows off of that record. It was really really special. You know what I mean?
Were you surprised when it hit number 2 in the college charts?
Yeah, no, definitely. Because to be honest with you, I was kind of nervous about how to book, because the underground hip hop community is very unforgiving. Like if you do one thing that they think is a little bit too glossy, they will write you off. You know what I'm saying? So I was actually kind of nervous on how they were gonna react to that. You know what I'm saying? And but they loved it. You know what I'm saying? They loved the fact that I was, in a sense, like I was making hip hop fun again. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get into a little bit of this video.
getting money on a Monday. Probably getting to it on a Tuesday. Whole team winning, it's a Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, we do the same. All my niggas trying to get the rent paid. All my niggas trying to get it in, say. Trying to make $1 million off a mixtape. You ain't getting paid, then you getting played. All my niggas trying to get the rent paid. All my niggas trying to get it in, say. Trying to make $1 million off a mixtape. You ain't getting paid, then you getting played. Bottle after bottle like a newborn. They all thirsty, I bet I got the juice for 'em. Woo. New phone with the roof gone. Took my old John, traded for a new John. Never met a dollar that I didn't like. Get it how I live till I'm living right. If I ain't got $1 million, I ain't feeling right. D.R.U.G, what I get in there. You ain't getting paid, then you getting played. Never skip days, never take a sick day. Get everything I spit crane. Keep a new 16, that's the 10th grade.
The college was loving it, huh?
Yeah, nah, definitely. And yo, fun fact too, I shot that outside of Nassau Coliseum in the parking lot. That's actually earlier that day. That's actually the day that I met Benny.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh wow.
Yep. That's the same day that I met Benny.
Oh wow. How was it performing at Floyd Mayweather's celebrity basketball game?
Oh man, that was the best. So that's the biggest crowd that I ever, you know what I'm saying? And that's one of, I've been getting paid for shows since maybe like 2017, right? But that was one of the biggest paid shows I ever got, and like the best like accommodations. Like they rented me cars, and they, you know what I'm saying? They really like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was like, damn, I actually got a taste of like real rapper life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like being what it was like to be, you know,
to the experience.
yeah, what it's like to be like, because I always been the underground guy. So like at that, when I had that record out for that about 18 months, that about 18-month run with that record, like it was like I was, you know what I'm saying, I was definitely getting like different looks and a lot of mainstream radio across the country and things like that. So I got to experience that, you know what I'm saying? I thought, and it was super dope, you know what I mean? I don't know if I would want to make that the only thing that I, the only type of music that I make, but I definitely, it was definitely a good experience to, you know what I'm saying? I just, my thing is, I just didn't want to get stuck in people thinking that that's all that I do, you know what I'm saying? Because the one thing about the mainstream game is like, the thing is, like, people, you see people or that you don't see people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people would be super popular for like I said, like 18 months or whatever, and then you never hear from them again. I like the space that I'm in this underground space, because I got a loyal fan base that's always gonna come back and support me, and I got the freedom to make the kind of music that I want to make. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's more important than like a quick payday. You feel what I'm saying?
What are your thoughts on Kendrick's performance at the Super Bowl?
Man, I think Kendrick is a genius, man. I think when you look at all of the symbolism and the fact that he's using his platform to bring awareness to certain things, and the fact that he, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love the fact that he, this is the biggest as he's ever been. This is probably the biggest as he's ever been now. He's always been a big artist, a top tier artist, but now he's like as big as he's ever been. And he's using his time to platform all of these artists from the West Coast that nobody even knew about or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I think that's admirable. I think that's super admirable. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of artists that wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, I like the way he's putting the West Coast on his back. Now people are tuning in and they're paying attention to what they're doing on the West Coast. So it's like a trickle down thing. Like, they like Kendrick's songs, so they want to hear who's it.
Yeah, you're torn. Your sound went out. Jigs. Your sound went out. Can you hear me? Let me see. Your sound went out. Can you hear me? All right, you all, we're having some technical difficulties. So I am going to go into a quick sound. I'm gonna go into another quick song, everybody. This too is off the new album. So let's take a quick break while John gets his sound together. The name of this song is called "He Was Still a Monk."
He was a rebellious spirit, and probably one of the few people who really stuck to their gun and got what he wanted out of what he wanted to do. You know, there's very few people who make it doing what they want to do. Monk went through a period of not making it, but he still was Monk. When he made it, he still was Monk. He was a rebellious spirit, and probably one of the few people who really stuck to their gun and got what he wanted out of what he wanted to do.
Earth, wind, fire.
Many see a timeline for destruction on an unprecedented level. Some argue the timeline will end suddenly, violently, in this century.
The best thing smoking, leave your chest plate open. You better off joining me, that's the best way of coping. I'm the dopest, haters wanna take me out of focus. Crabs in the back.
Yeah, I don't know why do I keep losing you?
I don't know. Sometimes we have technical difficulties. That's okay though.
Yeah.
That song, Earth, Wind, and Fire, that I was just playing, the title.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the music, the title, and the features on here.
Well, I just had an idea to like feature with like do a record with two MCs that I respect. Number one being D.R.U.G, you know what I'm saying? Underground staple. You know what I mean? D.R.U.G has been around for a long time. He's actually featured he's on the Infamous album, the Mobb Deep album, you know what I'm saying? And Hold You Down, that's probably the biggest song that people would know, you know what I'm saying? But D.R.U.G, you know what I'm saying, definitely a good friend of mine. We worked together a few times over the years. And then Jay Royale, who I just linked up with over the past few months or whatever, we was actually at a show in Philly together. And got a chance to, you know, I told him I wanted to work with him. So we linked up and was able to get something done. You know what I mean? And I just, you know, I love the way it came out too. It was just basically a chance for us to all get off, man, all get our shit off, you know what I'm saying, and go crazy, you know what I mean? But I also wanted to keep it within the theme of the natural disasters, which is the Earth, Wind, and Fire, you know what I'm saying? I thought that would be, you know what I'm saying, super cool concept or whatever. I did the record and I sent it out to both of them and they got it back to me like really quick, you know what I'm saying? It was dope.
Mm-hmm. Now you're touring. How has that been, and when does it start? Because you're going to be touring internationally. How did that come about?
Yeah, well, the first time I ever went to Europe was 2018. Then the pandemic happened. The pandemic happened, and a couple years I didn't go over there. And starting back in like maybe 2022, I started off going back over to the UK. I've done a few tours over in the UK, and then this year we're going for probably my biggest tour to date. My biggest tour to date is going to be the Teflonious Monk tour. I'm going to tour for this new album, and I'm going to be in France. I'm going to be in Switzerland. I'm going to be in
Denmark, Belgium. I think I saw. Is it Belgium?
Yeah, Belgium. And all over the Netherlands, like Amsterdam and Eindhoven and all these cities overseas. So I'm super excited, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Anybody from Europe tapping in, make sure you pull up on me, man.
Now, who are you touring with? I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull your page up so that they can see.
Yeah. So so some of the shows, so a few of the shows I'm doing with my boy Afro, you know what I'm saying?
Interviewed Afro.
Yeah, that's my boy. That's one of that's a long time longtime collaborator that I've always been working with. Doing a few of them with him, and then some of them are solo shows where I'm headlining. I got a show with my boy Melee Sparks. And I'm bringing my crew so that they can get their shit off over there. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a good experience. And that list right there has actually been updated. So I'm
It
gonna be
has.
posting the new dates probably on Monday. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Of some of the because a lot of them, actually all of those dates have been filled in now. So it's gonna be a great experience, man. I can't wait. You know what I mean?
That is so dope. I'm glad that it is happening for you, and I'm glad that I can have you on the show so that you can show other underground artists this is what it looks like, and it is possible. You don't have to be mainstream and on radio necessarily to be out there
Yeah.
touring. So,
Nah,
what are some of the benefits that you found in doing it this way?
it's just like I said, the biggest thing is the artistic freedom, and then being able to kind of guide where you want your career to go. Because I mean, you sign a major deal, man. Your career is, I mean, like it or not, your career is not really yours anymore, or it's not completely yours anymore. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, a lot of these artists, they just get blinded by the money. You know what I'm saying? And I think the money is important. It's important to handle your business and make sure that you're being compensated for what you're doing. But at the same time, you have to if you really have love for this, you got to protect it like it's your child. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't let somebody steer your narrative. You know what I'm saying? In a way that you wouldn't have it go otherwise. So I just think that being able to control you now, it's harder. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to sometimes I have to put a lot of my own, have a, you mixing and mastering the videos and all of that stuff. It's coming out of pocket. So it is harder. You know what I'm saying? But you just have to, you got to believe in yourself enough to make those investments. You know what I'm saying? And I think what helped me to be able to get overseas and do all of these things early in my career is definitely the collaborations. Because I mean, what really got me over there was working with working with K Slugger. He's like a legendary producer from Sweden. You know what I'm saying? In 2017, we put out an album called Twin Cannons, which really put me on the map as far as underground hip hop goes. And that album right there really kind of set me apart from anybody else that came out that year. Anything, just because of the sound of it, it was just so different. And so, you know what I mean? It was so raw. That was
Having issues with the sound again. I'm going to just let
put a battery in my back.
Yeah, I think it may just be one. Can you hear it? Yeah, you're cutting out there. Yeah, you're cutting out there, okay. But that's fine. I want to play another song. What's one of your favorites off of the latest body of work?
The latest one. I ain't gonna lie, like Teflonious Monk, I think that is the bop. I think that's really a bop right now. I think that's a super bop right now. I think, and like again, like I was saying before, like I just, even though you as you can see, I could get serious, I could do the hardcore, I could do the gangster shit, whatever. But I think it's important. I think in underground hip hop, we have forgotten how to have fun. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, we got to be able to have fun. We got to be able to, you know what I'm saying? Like I got tired of going to these hip hop shows and not seeing no girls there. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, because you're not making nothing for them to be able to, girls like to dance, girls like to at least, get a little bop on or whatever. They can't, a lot of this super boom bap music, they can't do that to. You know what I'm saying? So I just saw a void. So I'm always going to have one or two of these on my album because I think it's important. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Teflonious Monk, the title track, I think.
Yeah. Teflonious Monk, I go to lunch. Teflonious Monk, I go to lunch. Yeah. Teflonious. The man on the walk on water, tap dance borders. Understand the aura, Nicky Santora. I need it all, not a band shorter. They don't wanna see me whipping out the cannon on camcorder. Don't be a target, you can't afford it. I come from where niggas fight over turf like it's a land shortage. Can't call it cause I might spoil it. I spend days and nights on it, now the crib got the gold forces. Anytime you see me around, I'm never lacking. No matter where you put me on earth, I make it happen. Lap dance, bada bing, I got it cracking. Bada girl left me the number up on the napkin. I stay up in the field, I'm a real player. Said he climbing to the top and I will stay up. New car, new crib, and I'm still paid up. It's on the floor, give a fuck how you feel, player.
Lying on the floor.
It's on the floor, nigga.
Shattered ceramics.
It's on the floor, nigga. Ride smoother than a Land Cruiser. I'm in the stew with Butter Knife, one-man band producer. Told the whole slow down, Grand Pooper. If she ain't got no cream, I mean I can't scoop her. Weed got me feeling like a parachuter. Smoother than the suede on a pair of Pumas. Niggas talking tough, but they can't prove it. When I can put you in the tune from a hand movement. See me in rare form, that nigga St. John come down like a red storm. I'm just keeping my bread warm. Now you getting slept by a nigga you slept on. I stepped through with the poker face. Them boys back in town to let you know your place. Teflon over Ultra Base. It's that brand new batch. I got them feeling like the dope is late.
Lying on the floor. Shattered ceramics.
He would generally close up introvert, and then he would get excited, and he may, like I said, pace for 4 days, something like that, and then eventually he would get exhausted. So it was, it's hard to say how it moved. It was very complex. He was a very complex individual.
So as we are closing it out, what's next for you? I know you're touring, but is there any more music that we can expect from you this year?
No, absolutely. I definitely got two more projects probably this year that they'll get from me. Maybe like another album and an EP, something like that. And when I come back from Europe, I'm already booking dates in the U.S. So probably like I would say by like maybe April or May, I'll probably do Teflonious Monk the U.S. run, and go back probably hit like the East Coast, Midwest. Hopefully, I can get a couple shows on the West Coast. It's been a couple years since I've been to like Texas, Florida, places like that. So I definitely want to touch back down in those places. You know what I'm saying? And that's the biggest thing is like just the touring, you know what I'm saying? The appearances, like, if they're going to have me and it makes sense business wise, I'll be there. I definitely want to come back to Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? That was my first time in Buffalo that when I came. So I definitely want to come back and do another show in Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully I could touch some other cities upstate New York too. I was actually born in Poughkeepsie. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
So.
Oh wow. Okay.
So yeah, because my pops, he lived in Dutchess County, Hopewell Junction. So like Poughkeepsie's like the closest or whatever. That's what the hospital I was born in. So I was actually born in Poughkeepsie. Been up there a few times, you know what I'm saying? But I just, I want to touch. It's been a few, like I used to always do a lot of shows in Albany. I want to touch Albany again. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of places that I was touched that I used to touch a few years ago that I want to. Now it's time to like circle back and let's, you know what I'm saying? Let's make our presence felt. You know what I mean? Yeah. I feel like I've gotten better as a performer, and the more you do it, the better it gets. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just looking forward to traveling and, you know what I'm saying, just sharing the music with the people. But definitely 2 more projects for me. The Vladimir video is coming. You know what I'm saying? Got a couple more things in the works. So look out.
What advice would you offer to an artist right now who may just be starting out and may not know, what steps they should take to even, begin their process? What would you offer to them?
Well, the number one thing that you could do is like build your team. Like you're not gonna be able to do it all by yourself. You know what I'm saying? I got a great manager. I got a great publicist. You know what I'm saying? I got a squad around me. I got a video guy. I got a squad around me that really want to see me win. You got to surround yourself with people that believe in you. As far as what you could do individually, man, work on your craft. Make sure you're the best that you could possibly be. You know what I'm saying? Work on it until it's don't just do it and call it done. Like study, you gotta study whatever you get into, you gotta study. Like when I started rapping, as I told you before, I studied all the greats. I studied all, people that I was a fan of, and I studied their technique, and I took a little bit from everybody and formulated my style. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to be. It's all right to be an individual, but you be who you are. But you gotta, if you're gonna go and play basketball, you gotta study Michael. You gotta study Kobe. You gotta study LeBron. You have to study them because that's what you're shooting for. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it the same way. You know what I'm saying? If you listen to me, you're gonna hear a little bit of Jay-Z, you're gonna hear a little bit of, might hear a little bit of Nas, you might hear a little bit of this one, you hear a little bit of Biggie, you hear a little bit of this, you might hear Pac every now and then. You might hear, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're gonna it's all I'm a fan of this, you know what I'm saying? And I've been like I'm you have to be like I always say, in order to be in this, you have to be just a little bit out of your mind. And the reason I say that is because like you gotta live, you gotta live, breathe, sleep, eat this shit. Like I don't care, like to be honest with you, I care about my family and but I'm not like most guys. Like I'm not into sports. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care about football and basketball. This all I do is just I mess with my family and I do hip hop. That's it.
Yeah, you eat, sleep, and live it.
Yeah, right.
That's part of the success that I hear
you know
when
what I'm
people
saying?
are successful in those areas. It's
You
because
gotta
that's where
constantly
their
be
focus is.
you gotta constantly be racking your brain on that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you gotta have people around you that really believe in you. Like even down to my wife, like, you know what I'm saying? Most women would not be able to deal with a nigga that travels all the time and goes all over the place. But she understood the assignment. She understood what she signed up for. You understand
Which
what I'm
is a
saying?
great
So
segue to my next question. How do
yeah,
you manage? Because
yeah,
you are married. You got, and
yeah,
congratulations, you all just bought a house. You
yeah.
have children. How do you
Thank you.
balance that with the touring?
Well, I mean, the thing about it is like the thing about it is like I feel like a lot of to be honest with you, I feel like a lot of dudes they women their women give them a hard time is because they're not business, they're not doing business. You know what I'm saying? It's like they just going hanging out with their friends at the studio. You know what I'm saying? But I understood my response. I'm a man first, so I always understood my responsibilities come first. You know what I'm saying? So once I take care of what I need to take care of here, then I'm free to go do what I got to do, what I want to do. You understand what I'm saying? Like a lot of these dudes, they want to be caught up in the rapper life, but they don't want to put in the work that it takes to become to make it become a business. You know what I'm saying? Thankfully, I put in a lot of my grinding years before I even met my wife. So when I got here, I just heard her, us bringing stability to each other. It actually made me better because now I got less. I don't have as much shit to worry about. You know what I'm saying? I can go. She makes it so that I can go and do what I have to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to worry about my babies when I'm gone because I know she got it covered. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and I know I got a home to come through that's heated and there's, you know what I'm saying? All of that stuff comes into play. Most of the successful men and billionaires and that you see out here, they're married. You know what I'm saying? They're married because that marriage brings that stability and allows you to be able to focus on what you're doing. But since I met my wife, I've been putting food on the table with this music. So she understands but she gets the benefit of it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, she understands because she knows I'm about my business. She knows I'm not gonna leave the house unless it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I tell her all the time, like, well, they just called me to do this and this, but I think I'm gonna stay home because it don't make sense for me. You know what I'm saying? And I tell her that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, luckily I put in the work and I have the name to be able to be selective about shit. About what I'm gonna do and what I'm not gonna do. But that took a long time, and she was with me. She was with me when the money wasn't coming in like that. So of course she's gonna stick around for when it does. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's pretty much it. And if you, like I said, you got to be a man first. You got to handle your responsibilities. Like, I go on tour, but I'm gonna make sure that the bills is paid. I'm gonna make sure that make sure the grass is cut or whatever I got to do. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you gotta
take care of home first.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, happy spouse, happy house. I heard, and that goes both ways.
Yeah, it does.
Happy spouse.
It does.
So let everybody know where they can find you, and if they are overseas, where they can pick up a ticket to see the Teflonious John himself.
So so first of all, you can follow me on Instagram at John_Jiggs on Instagram. You can follow me on Twitter at Jiggs the Great. You know what I'm saying? I'm on TikTok too. I can't remember my at right now because I don't get on there as much as I should. But make sure you follow me on TikTok. If you look me up, you'll find me. And as far as the tickets, man, I mean, it's all separate promoters, so I couldn't really give you one website. But if you go to johnjiggs.com, I have all the information up there as far as like the different venues and spots I'm gonna be at and all of that.
johnjiggs.com.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I mean.
All right, John. Well, I appreciate you coming on tonight. I do want to play one more song before we leave out off the album. Let's see. What's another good one we could play? He Was Still a Monk.
That's just an intro.
Oh, I did that already.
Like an interlude, yeah.
A chaperone also, isn't it?
Yeah, you could. I'm trying to think what other joints you could go to. You could go to Dungeons.
Dungeons.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, who's on this with you? Is it just you? Who helped you with this?
Me. That one's just me.
Okay. This is Dungeon, everybody, and we have John Jiggs. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you so much, everybody. And we're
thank you for having me
here. Oh, you're going to be back. Trust and believe.
Definitely.
I've been on the street letting money stack. Heard them talking beef like they wanted that. I ain't come to sneak this or none of that. It's all mine, I can eat when I'm done with that.
Yeah, this that underground dungeon rap. Punch a nigga in his mouth, make him do a mumble rap. You want smoke? I promise I got a bunch of that. Stomach touching back if ever we in a punching match. Teflon go off, shine, cause I'ma show off. Got these little rappers depressed, they need soul off. Slaying 16 just like I'm knocking a bow off. Turn the album in and I'm dropping the mother load off. We come from Compton, Tim's made for stomping. Custom made pellies with holsters in the armpit. Big stepping like soldiers when they marching. Trust me, you don't wanna trade fire with an arsonist. Point of no return, I turn them into a urn. Hearing all of the threats, but really I'm not concerned. My time is here, it's clearly not your turn. Just another know-it-all that's got a lot to learn, motherfucker.
I've been on the street letting money stack. Heard them talking beef like they wanted that. I ain't come to sneak this or none of that. It's all mine, I can eat when I'm done with that.
I stand tall next to all the elite. It was Flanders Road, Laconia that taught me the speech. They called me a beast. Bullets on auto release. Could make a career crook, wanna call the police. And these rappers get chin checked on the regular. 10 steps I'm ahead of them. Still hungry like I've never been fed enough. Merch music is
etc. Watch me level up. Mad cause I'm him, they wish it was them instead of us. Suffolk County savage, I'm nothing like your average. Smoking these MCs, I can't fight the habit. Making niggas disappear like magic. Is something wrong with him? I get excited by the madness. Spitting out fire, but I'm so cool. Chefing up dope over Pro Tools. And you ain't had none since I had you. That's the reason why them hoes don't approach you. Gone. I've been on the street letting money stack. Heard them talking beef like they wanted that. I ain't come to sneak this or none of that. It's all mine, y'all can eat when I'm done with that.
Things that people would do to him, he would just...
Thank you again, John. I cannot wait to have you back again. Congratulations on your tour. Keep us updated on any dates when you are coming back to Buffalo, and I will see you all tomorrow morning. Is there anything else you would like the listeners to know?
No, that's it, man. Make sure you get on Bandcamp and, man, get that new John Jiggs, man. JohnJiggs.bandcamp.com. Get that new Teflonious Monk. I got a lot of my other albums up there too, man. Make sure you stop in, support the artists. You know what I mean? This album is not on streaming sites yet. I'm gonna keep it on Bandcamp only until I say so, goddamn it, because I don't like how they doing us on the streaming sites. You know what I'm saying? They're not paying us correctly. So, I mean, it's eventually going to go up there. But if you want to cop the album now, it's exclusively on Bandcamp. Make sure you tap in and support the artists. Support your local artists as well, man. Like, whoever you know that's doing their thing, if they're good at it, make sure you support them and show them that you support them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, splitting a penny. I don't know how we are going to do that.
I'm not with all of that. That ain't gonna work.
It's when I look at these invoices sometimes, and I want to be so supportive of the artists and play the music. But when I look at what everybody's getting paid, it's like I don't understand it. Like
right.
2,000 streams is.
I got two sons that like Jordans, man. That's not gonna work.
Yeah, I hear you, and the bills are not gonna stop. Okay,
right.
Well, thank you all again for tuning in. We will be back here tomorrow morning for the Morning Show podcast at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Big shout out to John Jiggs. Keep on doing what you are doing. You are bringing that sound back that a lot of people have been missing. And the same, if you all are looking for an artist, a male artist, and you're like, where are they? Well, here they are. Here he is right here on the stage. He has that sound that so many of us have been looking for. Have a great evening on purpose, everybody.
This is a Green Links Media production. Thank you for watching. Subscribe now and hit the bell to be reminded when we go live.